So it's my birthday, but unfortunately I have a schedule. Sometimes. Do I? No, not really. I do have a need though. A need for somebody to love. I had sugar. Hey guys, Blazie here. So yes, it's my birthday, but I still need to upload something because that's the YouTube life. So with me kind of busy, I figured I would do a simple video of talking about my characters. One that I have come up with, or just original characters in different universes, like my Night Fury character over here. But let's just start with the obvious one. Me, Blazie. Who is Blazie? Well, I have definitely talked about it before, so this will be very short. Blazie is just me. I have red hair, Blazie has red hair. I like foxes, so he's a fox. It's kinda as simple as that. I like long hair and the emo look, so yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Like, there's definitely more to it, but I've already explained it before in other videos, so let's just move on from it. So with Blazie though, I came up with other characters that will be used in a story that I still haven't written after like 10 or so years. I've been meaning to get around to it, but just nope. I do have it all written down, so maybe one day. So one of those characters is Blizz, who I generally refer to as Blazie's boyfriend. At least that's what, like, he first was, but you know, after realizing he's kind of, like, Blazie is me, it's kind of a bit weird to give him a boyfriend. Especially as Blazie became so much more me, kind of thing, you know? Like, I can't go holding myself back from having a boyfriend if I already have one. You know, it doesn't quite work like that, you know, it's just that kind of weird thing. It's like, no, okay, that doesn't quite work. So I guess now he's just kind of just my best friend. The Blazie's best friend. Mostly in, like, stories and such. But he is a white Arctic fox with blue hair that comes down just a little over the eyes, but like on the opposite side of me, so it's just about here kind of thing. Just a little bit of blue here and blue on the tip of his tail. I haven't gotten any official art of him, so I don't know, like, I might show artwork, I might not, I don't know. If I do, it's probably gonna be from a very specific game, because I kinda use that to create some characters, or, like, at least afterwards, so I get a general idea, but they're still not very accurate or anything like that. I don't know what I'll show, but if I do show anything, if not, yeah, he's just an Arctic fox with a little bit of fringe, blue hair, blue tip on his tail. Very basic design. But with him, I also created Jolt, a yellow fox, though sometimes he generally was like a golden Labrador mixed with a fox, kind of thing, to give him that yellowish color. But I've generally just gone with, no, he's just a yellow fox. And he has like a long strand of hair that comes down, very much like a lightning bolt. I think I never really like figured out his design besides being yellow. And as you may have noticed in their names, Blazie, Blizz, and Jolt, yeah, so they're fire, ice, and lightning. All part of a big story I had planned to do with like different elemental powers. That's pretty much how all that came to be. So that story those one universe ideas and who they are in general, like Jolt is their best friend, generally. Blizz and Jolt, besides Blazie, are the first characters I came up with and have a very special place in my heart. And we'll get artworks of them someday. I would really like just an artwork of all three of them. That would be really, really sweet. But also, they were featured in another story of mine, simply called A Love Story. This story I wrote back in high school. It took 2 years to write, and you can find it on Furry. It's a 100-page story with 10 chapters, with like 10 pages a chapter, basically. And if I remember, I'll put it down in the description below, because I'm really proud of it. I would love for it to be a book, but at the same time, like, it is not outdated, it's just not well written. And it's kind of silly in terms of, like, each chapter, someone in a friend group finds love. It's like each chapter, you kind of know what's going to happen by the end of it. But at the same time, I throw in so many twists and turns. And that's also kind of a problem. There's always something happening. And it's like, you don't need to always have something happening. It can be a little bit too much, I will absolutely admit. But that's kind of the fun of it. Like, that said, like, give it a read. I'm very, very proud of it. Like, yeah, it took me 2 years to write. It does deal with some heavy themes of depression, anxiety, young LGBT bullying, and so on. But I'm very proud of it. But yeah, Blazie is the main character, Jolt is his online friend, and Blizz is part of a group of friends that are all LGBT and Blazie befriends. So you could also say each character in the friend group is mine as well. They are characters who I don't really talk about, I don't really do anything with, but they will always be my characters, characters that I love, characters who mean so much to me. We have Nova the Wolf with yellow orange and red hair like fire, and he's kind of just like the straight friend of the group who turns out not to be very straight, but he's kind of like the straight sort of like there's like a rivalry between him and Blazie when it comes to a lot of sports kind of stuff. Like he'll be on one team and Blazie will be on another, and they'll always be rivals, but like they love each other. They're great friends, and I absolutely love writing for him. We got Star the Otter. Huskers, a husky, yeah, no, not very original name. It's not his real name. I think his real name is just David or something like that. And he just gets called Huskers. Max the Lion, Toby the Snow Leopard, Speed the Cheetah, who is one of my favorites of the story. I just generally enjoyed the character. It even got like a cheetah plus I call Speed. Yeah, a cheetah character called Speed. Because he's speedy, yeah, I know what I did, and I don't care. How often do you actually see a cheetah character called Speed? I don't know. I don't really see it very often. I honestly don't. I honestly don't really see that often. If you have a cheetah character called Speed, let me know, or if you see it or whatnot. But yeah, I have a cheetah character called Speed because he's the fastest of the group, and generally just one of the fastest. He's like the best runner. Which also then, of course, plays into one part of the story where he needs his speed to go do something, to go help the group. Of course it does. It's very cheesy, cliche like that. Then there's Esker the zebra and Keeks the bunny, who is very much that friend you have that always tells sex jokes. Isn't that right, Sanguine? Though he does later calm down a bit and then goes by his real name, Kite. But he was definitely, like, my favorite to write for. He was sassy and just oh so gay. So that's, like, the main friend group of the story I wrote up, which, again, is on all on Furry, so if you're interested, please go check it out. I'm very proud of it. Speaking of gay, sassy buddies, how about talking about my boy Sass here? Got him over here. This boy. Why not talk about him next? So basically, I just wanted a new fursuit, a new character, something different, something I could use for certain purposes, something just something different, And so I first went about making my own character. I came up with a few different designs, like the Anubis-inspired character that was basically Anubis but gay. So that's why he's all pink. I still like the idea and wouldn't mind getting something done of him, like more artwork or whatever. But yeah, that did happen. I then thought, what's something that's slutty? Well, foxes, of course. But what else? Oh yes, bunnies. But I didn't just want a bunny. So I thought about creating a jackalope character. Once I did that, I started looking around for makers, but then I went on to the dealer's den, a place where people will sometimes sell commissions so you can get a fursuit through there, but also pre-made suits. And when scrolling through that website, I came across this gorgeous creature of the night. And I instantly fell in love with him, and it was within my price range too. Honestly, only like 750 or so in USD, which I'm in AUD, so that works out to be like 900 or so, making me quite broke. But it was still within my price range. So really, it was quite perfect. So I nabbed him, and now he belongs to me, and I love him. Mwah. He is very well made. The fur is very mink kind of, very soft, and it's just so nice. That said, I was thinking of giving him like antlers to make him into a jackalope. Like I mentioned, I designed, but I just never got around to it. But then I found a photo of the original design for him, and turns out he was a jackalope. So it was meant to be. It seems like the makers just kind of put him up for sale, just kind of made him put him up for sale, that kind of thing. And I guess he was just changed over time with the antlers removed and given like a hair change. And added this little pink little part of it, which I kind of love, to be honest. It just adds a little bit of colour to him. And well, now he belongs to me, and I love him. I haven't really found a voice for him though, so I don't really like talking him in yet. But maybe one day I'll do more of him. But for now, mwah, I love him. I love Sass. And yeah, his name Sass literally just comes from how he looks. Like, look at him. He's so sassy. I Love him. He's utter just. You just look at him. He's just so sassy. That's how that name came to be. Just simply that. Bye bye. So another character of mine, which I did a whole video of already, is Nylomon. He is simply my Digimon character that is based on Yoshi, which is why he's green, Toothless, mostly in personality and him having one tail fin, and Gilmon in general because looks and personality as well. He's a Wookiee Digimon and have yet to create his other forms. At this point, his champion form is like a dragon. That's about it. I did get this awesome plushie of him though, which I already done like a video of. He's not well made. He admittedly fell apart quite a lot. Its tail came off, his horns came off, and just the stitching wasn't all that good. But he is very soft, very like it's really good fur. The eyes and all that do look good. All the markings look great on him, like all that stuff. That all looks great. Some of the stitching wasn't amazing, but I still love him. I absolutely love him. My housemate does sewing and all that, so he easily fixed him up. So yeah, I love him. It's a really awesome plushie. Though speaking of dragons, this guy in the background here is my Night Fury character named Spirit. The story I have with him, which I don't really have one for Nylomon yet, I'm still kind of figuring that out, but for Dragon Dude, like, I got a whole world, a whole multiple seasons TV show world in my head that I've created that's within the universe of How to Train Your Dragon and takes place, like, through the movies, besides the third one that doesn't exist in my world. So, basically, in that world, I don't have a dragon. Everyone else does besides me. And so Hiccup and such want to help me find a dragon. And so take me to Dragon Island from the first movie to try and find me one. And I admittedly don't remember every detail as it was a while back I thought about it. But basically I end up by myself in this crystal cave that's lit up by these crystals in a beautiful blue hue. Like we are underwater. And inside the cave is Night Fury. And I'm all like, whoa! And he's all like, oh, a human. Oh no. I have some food on me and kind of just be friendly and watch him. Eventually I realize he doesn't want to be friends, but I should go tell Hiccup what I saw, because, you know, Night Fury. But as we out there, we're attacked by another dragon. But the Night Fury comes to rescue me, and that's how we become friends. Kinda simple, but yeah, that's Spirit. And I generally just love that name Spirit because it has a lot of meaning to it about just, like, you know, the whole flying thing and getting just being free, being a free spirit, basically. I also painted some Toothless toys, which I can't be bothered grabbing, so I'll probably just show photos of them. I kind of love them, though. I generally feel like I did a good job on at least one of them. Which, yeah, if you ever just want, yeah, a custom Night Fury kind of thing, just buy one of the little cheap figures and just give it a little paint job. Yeah, it was actually kind of fun. I actually really enjoyed doing it. And that's generally how I came up with his design, was getting the figure, just kind of painting it. Next, we have Wotik, my Scooby-Doo / dog character. He is just kind of a dog companion, so like he is an anthoid, but I guess he can be kind of feral too. It depends on the story and ideas and all that, I guess. Not something I really thought about until now. He is just my Scooby-Doo inspired character that is a Great Dane mixed with a Beagle, and his name is Wotik, which I can't actually pronounce correctly because of my speech impediment, which is called these words. I'm not going to even attempt to say it, because that's right, I can't pronounce R words, and of course, they decided to call the problem a word that begins with an R. Fuck scientists, man. But it's also the same name given to Scooby-Doo's speech problem. I just have the opposite of it. While I can't say R words, he always says R words. It's basically a problem with the letter R. I hate that bastard. Which is kind of something I kind of realized. I kind of have like a few similarities to Scooby-Doo. We both have anxieties. Our initials, my actual initials, my actual real name, is SD. So yeah, Scooby-Doo, you know, like, yeah, we have the same initials, we have the same speech problems, so yeah, I don't know, I just found that kind of interesting. Not quite the same speech problem, but it's generally called the same thing. But yeah, that's why his name is Wotik. I'm kind of proud of it, even if it's a bit of a weird name, but once you understand what it means, it's like, oh, that's actually kind of neat. But like at the same time, yeah, have you ever heard that name? Didn't think so. I also have a Sonic character, because of course I do. I don't know, I blame Sonic Forces when you could create your own character, which I thought was actually a really cool idea. I do love it, but you know what I kinda love? His name. Velo. Short for Velocity. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of proud of that. And I love his design. No real story for him, though. He's just a Sonic character. I do have two other characters I will not talk about here, but I am going to bring it up because I know a few people who watch me know about them, and me not talking about them might be weird, but if you know them, then you know why I don't talk about them publicly. It's not as bad as it sounds, not at all. I just know I will get some shit from idiots, so it's best just not to bother talking about it. If anything, we'll say it's to do with writing and how I make my money from commissioned work. But hi, hello to that specific audience. And then last of all is the latest character I came up with, which I gotta be cautious with the image I have. I don't really have a safe for work image of him, but here we go. This guy. So I wanted to make a goblin character, because I'm a whore and I kinda like the idea of goblins ravaging me. Yeah, there, I said it. So that's how he came to be. But as I started developing him, I'm like, I don't want the basic green kind. As I tried designing it, I just wasn't happy. I'm no artist, and designing things in general always turn out ugly, but in particular this one was. So I kind of just went in a different direction. I changed up his colours to ones I haven't used, which then I realised, oh, Nilo's green, so I didn't want another green character. I started adding in like the different piercings, trying to make him hairy. It's just kind of that filthy creature kind of thing. But the more I read about it, the less goblin-like he became, which did upset me, because that was the original idea. But I liked what I was coming up with, so in the end, he is a demon imp from the Circle of Lust. Yep, I went with a demon imp instead, so the story for him is basically he comes from the Circle of Lust down in hell, and basically he has fun with the people there, but they don't like him. They don't like him at all because, you know, he's a demon imp. It's like, stop doing things to me, you know. Perfectly understandable. And basically, he just gets very bored of that. He wants someone willing. He wants the willingness. And so he comes up to the surface and he finds Blazie. Because I'm a freak. There's no other way to describe it. And so he kind of just, he stays there now. He just stays there now. That's his story. Yep. And what's his name? Awoma. You can probably guess why. It's just a very fun, dumb character. I have some really dumb ideas for him. That's just kind of just fun. Because sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you just need a dumb character to have fun with. So yeah, that's all my characters, I believe. So far, anyway. Who knows if I'll come up with something else. I'm always coming up with new ideas and things I would like to explore, but who knows. Like, I have new characters for my book I'm working on, but they don't really count in the same way. Because I also just realized, like, I have Star the Otter, but in my book, the dragon is going to be called Star. So I'm going to have two characters called Star. But I really like the name Star for the dragon, because it all fits into the theme of it all. If you heard about, you watched the videos about my book and all that, you know the themes, you know what I'm doing with it, so the name Star kind of makes sense. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a like. And, comment down below what some of your characters are. If you have, like, OCs and all that kind of stuff, yeah, let me know down below. And, yeah, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon. And this fox says I am messing this up again. God damn it. If you like this video, give it a like. And subscribe to my channel, because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon. And this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.